Mr. Dave Bradley, you just devoted 7 hours of your life to the Warner's presentation here at San Diego Comic-Con. Was it worth it?
Well, I saw some great stuff, it's true, and I got to be part of the press conference with people like Ryan Reynolds. Very cool. I have to say, I wasn't actually with them for entirely 7 hours. There was a lot of waiting around. This morning, I queued up for almost 3 hours to get into Hall H, and that's how busy it was. That gives you some idea of the demand for people to get in and see it. Today's a really big day in Hall H. There was the Warner presentation this morning. I got to see some Green Lantern, Harry Potter, and Sucker Punch with Zack Snyder. People were queuing up for that. There's also Marvel this afternoon, remember, so that's why it was so busy. So a lot of that time was actually queuing. And then, of course, I had to wait between what they showed and press conferences and the chance to ask questions to the cast and crew. So there's a lot of waiting around. So not entirely 7 hours, but some fantastic stuff. So Green Lantern. The reception was I thought was pretty good this morning. Green Lantern's not such a big character as Batman and Superman in the DC universe, particularly in the UK, but it's huge over here, and it was fantastic. There was a little kid who kind of came up and asked Ryan Reynolds if he'll do the Green Lantern oath, and he did it. The audience went wild. The kid his face just was like. And Reynolds had the ring on as well, so it was a great little presentation in Hall H. We got to see some footage of Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows, the 2 parts. That's all they had. Tom Felton came over to introduce it, but there wasn't much more than an extended trailer. And then we saw Sucker Punch. Now, I'm actually quite a big fan of Zack Snyder's stuff. I love 300. I quite like the Watchmen adaptation too, but this is the first time that he's done a completely original story just based out of something in his own head. And it's called Sucker Punch, and it's about a young girl who gets taken to a lunatic asylum by her abusive father, and where she receives therapy, and she kind of makes some friends there. And the only way for them to escape is to escape into a kind of fantasy world where they're all gun-toting, badass, fighters, and they fight World War I soldiers in trenches and zombies and kind of airships and giant robots, and it gets really wild, and it's them kind of fighting their way through their imagination. It's kind of been described a little bit like a kind of Return to Oz, but with machine guns, kind of thing like that. And that was great fun. So afterwards, I got to see all those guys back at the Hilton over the road, and we got a chance to quiz them on things. There's a lot of passion behind Green Lantern. Marty Campbell, of course, is directing. And they consider it to be a really big franchise. And Sucker Punch, that was fantastic as well. Emily Browning is the lead in that. She plays a character called Baby Doll, and she was introduced by Zack Snyder, Emily Snyder. They had some other casts there as well. So that's what I've been doing today, and yeah, it's been very exciting. I guess probably for a lot of people, the highlight of the show so far. Although of course, Rich is over looking at the Marvel stuff right now, and he's going to be doing Thor interviews later on, so we might have some even bigger news later.
Exactly. The one question, was there any special effects footage of the Green Lantern costume in action?
No, not very much. We saw it just a few seconds, very quickly, and not a full-length costume shot actually. No, so not that. By far the most footage they had was of Sucker Punch actually at the show this morning.
Cool. Okay. Thank you very much, Dave Bradley, and go 3D into the camera.